Alright friends, welcome back to Rimworld for the third time. My first attempt failed after 14 episodes when the save file corrupted. I had some mod issues which I've since then fixed. And then some of you more astute viewers would have noticed that I briefly had an episode 1 up again, where the first 5 minutes had audio during the intro. I then cut out into gameplay and didn't realize that I'd muted myself. That's fine, I only kept recording for like 3 hours with my microphone off, so you know, smooth brain. Third attempt. For goodness sake, as I actually look at OBS to make sure I'm recording. Renegade Lord. So after surviving years under the unethical and immoral ways of a rough kingdom, you and 5 of your loyal subjects decided to defect and start anew. However, this decision didn't go unnoticed. A party in the name of your former kingdom is in pursuit in an attempt to bring you to justice. But since you start without any supplies and research slower than usual, it's a very difficult scenario. So basically, our job is to survive, get our colony nice and big, and destroy the entire other faction that we hate. So we're going to do Maynard Medieval on Strive to Survive with reload anytime, which you have to do in case it breaks. The only conceivable seed we could possibly use on this channel is Camelot to 50%. Rimworld rival and victory condition, yes, correct. Faction control, we don't want the mechanoid hives, and we want the nations to be loosely grouped up, because I don't want to have to traverse the entire globe to find the rest of that faction we've got to take out. So, we're going to fade out here. When you fade back in, we'll be in the world screen. I'll introduce you to all the colonists. I'll show you the plans for the base that I've laid down, and I would have set all the work priorities, all that boring stuff that normally takes like an hour and a half before you can actually unpause and start the game. So, let's see if I remember to actually have my microphone on in the next segment. Oh, that's right. I forgot I have to show you guys what the world map looks like and where we are going to operate from. So, we're looking for a rough kingdom. Terraria dynasty. Rough kingdom. So, it's a Seron dynasty, which is most likely... Yeah, it's pretty much... Okay, so it's a Seron dynasty who we have to destroy to complete our ambition, which is these guys here. So that means we can choose to be here in the Heristan Barrens or the Riaria Brush. We could go, what is this? This is tropical rainforest, tropical swamp. Temperate forest I've done before. I kind of haven't done boreal forest. Temperate swamp. Echinadnahead Grove, temperate forest. This is arid shrubland. And now we're starting to get a little too far away from the enemies. If we slap ourselves right in between them, we'll have easier access to them. But we can't expect any trading then. It's all boreal forest, cave system, tundra. But that puts us right between tribe of Lobor, which is hostile. So we're going to get endless raids. Let's put ourselves halfway between Goynam Dynasty and our enemies, the Seron Dynasty. So what are my options? Tropical swamp, tropical rainforest, temperate forest, temperate swamp. There isn't any boreal forest in between the two, it looks like. Temperate forest, or swamp. I don't like the idea of a swamp. A swamp sounds bloody awful. We'll build a castle on a swamp, and it's sunk into the swamp. Rainforest also, ugh. It's quite hot in here. What's the growing zone? Year-round growing period. We'll just slap ourselves right here in the middle on the, here we go, river right next to us. Do we want to be on a huge river tile? I'm not so certain. We won't be dependent on the river for food. Temperate forest and mountains up here maybe. Tropical rainforest. Okay, let's go rainforest. And what is this tile? Dirt road, flat. Movement difficulty. Average temperature isn't that high either. Marble and sandstone. Ancient asphalt highway. And that puts us quite close to another place. Why don't we go here? Flat, dirt road. That seems like a decent enough place. Although we'd have to cross this mountain range to trade with some of those lads, which I actually don't like. It was actually a tough choice. This will do then. Ancient asphalt highway, typical rainforest, Average temperature of 24. Year-round growing, lots of rain, lots of diseases. So diseases are going to be a challenge. Okay, it's not going to be too easy then. We're going to have loads of challenges. I mean, with the diseases and whatnot. Tropical swamp, arid shrubland. At least if we are in the arid shrubland, we have so much less diseases to worry about. Arable soil is hard to find. Thick, moist jungle buzzing with animal life and infested with disease. Despite its visual beauty, this is a very dangerous biome. Choking overgrowth, aggressive animals, and constant sickness. Or some explorers call this the green hell. See, temperate forest is so much nicer. I'm just trying to look for an excuse to not be in the jungle. Oh well, jungle it is. So we're not going to be re-rolling any of this. We're just going to have to deal with whatever we get given. So we've got Spartak, the Half Tender, Undergrounder, Menagerist, Teetotaler, Yumi the Slaver. Ugh, alcohol addiction, no. Eccentric Amlash, she's good at social though. Exiled Avenger, who's a decent fighter. Prudish Psychopath. Franco, super immune, Fisherman. Decent shot. Dadford, the optimistic architect with a bad back. Jarms, the bloodlusted, heat-inclined military leader. Sweet. Okay, so for those of you who want to join, we'll choose one of these and name them as Stobbie. We should, ahead of the time, choose who is going to be the king out of this group. Ideally, it should be someone that has decent social skill. I mean, it's tempting there, but with alcohol addiction, that's no good. Social... got a burning passion for it. Decent fighter. I think Spartak. Okay, wait, so this is... Stobbie. Or Stobbie the First. So that's me. Where do you do the appearance? Bald. Straight bald. Shaved. And I don't have a moustache. Beard. Like a default beard. Old Dutch is probably too big. Stubble, soul patch, mutton chops, full beards. So if we go gunslinger plus chin curtain, nope. Beards don't look great, if I'm honest. Well, small goatee I think is the closest because Old Dutch is way too big. Right, so let me know in the comments, just say me please, and I'll add you to these people here. So once again, as I said before the previous fade out, when we fade out again, I can show you the biome, I can show you the plans I've laid out, and we can actually unpause and start getting some content. Alright friends, here we are. Let me introduce you to the Kingdom of Stobbie and our settlement, Stobbinsgrad. Good lord, where to start? I suppose we should start with the colonists. We got jams, so I've ordered them from left to right in terms of how good they are with melee fighting. Jams, Stobbie, Starry, and quick pause. Yumi is also okay. Franco's our good shot, but we haven't yet got ranged items for him. I have set work priorities, set medical, Franco, archer / doctor. I've set work schedule. I haven't done the work zones yet, but we'll sort that at some point. Done the outfits. Worker is just, t-shirt, pants, jackets and whatnot. And then soldier is the heavy armor that we have. Set the meal restrictions so that they only eat meals, don't eat raw food and get themselves sick and upset. And drug policies to no drugs. I think one of these people has an alcohol addiction. Yeah. It's Yumi. But then Yumi technically needs to be on 1 drink a day. 20 days worth of alcohol. So let's take a look at the base. As you can see, outer keep, inner keep, with main roads coming in at the 4 compass points. We have this big paved road coming out the northern side. The black blocks are all roads, blue denote walls, yellow denotes beds and bedside tables and whatnot. Pink is plumbing, so like a bath, a little basin, toilet. So these are the 2 big barracks areas here. This is our hospital with 2, 4, 6, 8. We've got 14 beds. We can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times 2, 26. Plus the royal apartments, call it 28 colonists at minimum. Double that if they're all couples, which obviously won't happen. So we can expect the colony to get to around 25 to 30 odd. So this here is the throne room. The royal apartments here, that's the bed, bedside tables, his own private toilet and bath. This will become the throne room. This will become the guest/prison barracks with a little annex here for the research area. This will be a freezer for corpses, which our wargs are going to eat, or whatever predatory animal we get to tame. The horses will also go here. That's storage for hay and kibble. These are the 2 production areas. This is set up for, let's see, 2 tailoring benches for breaking down tainted apparel and making our own apparel. Storage areas for tainted apparel, 3 types of clean apparel. These here are going to be the tanning vats to produce leather, storage there for all the leather. This is sundry storage. This will be wood chipping and created stone chipping for stone blocks. Clay pit to produce clay and sand to make bricks. These will be the 2 kilns for firing the bricks. This is going to be steel smelting and a smithy with more sundry storage. So the white blocks denote toolboxes and workbenches. So each of these rooms is going to have 2 toolboxes in each. And then that is wood production right over there. So wood, bricks, steel, stone blocks, leather, clothing, freezer for the animals, the barn for the animals. This is the dining hall with long running benches. We've got storage here for food, for musical instruments, for drugs. The butchery with a butcher's table. Then you go through here to the kitchen. There's 2 cooking stations with space set up already for the cupboards that boost your cooking speed. The cooks walk through here to get raw meat, produce meals, drop them there. People who want to eat walk through here, grab a meal, go back into the dining room. This is the brewery plus the drug lab. We've got 6 spaces here for 6 wine barrels, 3 for mead, 3 for beer. Brewing storage. And then we've got a spare multi-purpose room which we can use for whatever. The hospital has, these are all beds with little bedside tables between them, all facing the central storage area of medicine, limbs, drugs, that type of stuff. The inner keep comes with compass point entrance areas, all of which are faced off by embrasures for archers to shoot out of. We're eventually going to put traps here and scarecrows to stop animals from coming into the inner keep area. Our animals can graze in these open areas here. We have our own little walled off fishing area, so that seems pretty good. I don't think we'll be able to catch anything more than small fish in this little marsh though. Okay, oh yeah, the growing zones. We've got 2 circular zones with holes here to put the bee, little bee apiaries they're called, apiaries there. 2 heel root areas. This is for food production. I feel like we're only going to need 1 big field like this for the most part because we can grow all year round. Here we've got grapes for wine, smoke leaf for smoke leaf joints, wine, don't do that yet, hops for creating beer, psychoid there for psychoid tea, cotton/devil strand and cotton/devil strand. It should be cotton/devil strand. Start, I think, with the potatoes. We can allow the heel root to get planted, but I don't think we actually have anyone with heel root. Okay, so the raid is about to start. Where are all those weapons? Did they get... oh, crikey. Where do we start? Where are the weapons? Uh-oh. Ah, there they are. Jams, you have the best melee skill, so you take longsword. Stobbie, take gladius. Stary, take gladius. Let's fight off this first group, and then we need to go by hand with my fighters. Go chop up some animals so we can get the first bit of food going. Use the bones from the first few animals we killed to make short bows, which can then be used for hunting. What are these? Lemurs. We might go attack a bunch of lemurs. Let's take a look at the local wildlife population. Loads of rats, chinchillas, that's good for crafting. Lemurs are all small. Cobras are nasty. Monkeys, tortoises, cassowaries are good for hunting. Tapirs too. A lot of jaguars and panthers. That's kind of scary that there's so many animals here. Tigers could be good for animals to train to fight for us. Only 80% wildness, that's not that bad. And I think it's going to be more dangerous than a jaguar. Also 80% wildness, also advanced. 4.67 DPS compared to the 6.10 from the tiger. And then, as far as pack animals are concerned, hopefully we can actually have, instead of horses, maybe Indian elephants. Our colonists can all ride Indian elephants when we go form caravans. They will carry a whole lot as well. And then we can have tigers to defend the base and to defend the colonists. You all have your weapons. Let's go fight. So speaking of fighting, eventually once we get the production up, I want all my soldiers to use V armor like this. And all the archers are going to use light cloth / devil strand type of armor. Don't bother chasing, boys. Just going to get injured. Cool. So, the threat seen off. You lads aren't bleeding, are you? Okay, just a bruise. Just a bruise. Where are those tapirs? Or potentially we should go take down the predators in the area, because they are quite dangerous. What's going to give us the best meat load? Probably the tapir. Leather type, hunger rate. Where does it say how much meat it gives you? Rate capacity, leather amount, meat amount 77. Boom lope gives 135, but they do explode, which I really don't like. Cassowary 72. Attack only gives 77. Okay. Indian elephants are super dangerous, but they give so much meat. Do we risk taking down an elephant? I think it's too risky right now. Let's just grab a couple of cassowaries. How many bones is it going to give us? Because bear in mind, we need 40 bones. Well, I wouldn't say, I suppose. Right, so while you three soldier lads... Oh, look how slow they are. Fair enough. Getting the potatoes planted immediately. I'm perfectly happy with that. Who's our constructing person? Deconstructor. Stobbie. Who's busy? Let's see here. I certainly want to uninstall and use this. With the exception of these walls, which we're going to deconstruct. In fact, we might as well deconstruct the beds as well. Move floors. We just need lumber to start with, because you need lumber for some of the production buildings. And lumber can be... Oh, hello, what's this? A wooden chest table. Awesome. Jade stool, we'll grab that. What is this? A uranium square chair. Well, we'll use it for now. Steel, oh, wonderful. Steel can be amongst the hardest to get our hands on in the beginning. Floors, remove floor. Components, bit of lumber. Excellent. Get them, lads. Finish off the cassowary. I'm hoping 2 cassowaries will give us a bit of meat to start with. 77 meat each. Let's call it 160, so 40 meat to make 4 meals. So can I pick up, haul a cassowary? just need enough bones to make a short bow. Speaking of which, we need a production area. Crafting spot, researching spot. Do it here, I suppose, for now. Oh, that's right, hay grass. I want to get some hay grass going. And actually, we can start that right here, right now. It's actually worth throwing down 2 crafting baskets right away because we use the crafting spot for quite a lot. Short bow, clear all out of bone, created by Stobbie, and make firewood until you have 100. Right, we're off. Let's see here. Sleeping spots, 2, 3, whoopsie, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For medical and for guests. So eventually the butchery and kitchen will be there. But should we just start it here? Or actually, like, I mean, it's not that far for them to walk, is it? Okay, it's fine. This is kitchen area. Let's copy and expand. Let's see, production. We'll just start with a regular butchery spot, and then we will upgrade that to a butcher's table once we have one. Butcher creature, forever, only in this radius. And as you can see, I've already created stockpile zones for almost everything. Here is the coal storage, stockpile zone 1. What have I done with that one? Apparel, buildings, all sorts of random shit. Get rid of that. Iron ore is there for the smelting, all that type of stuff. What are you guys doing? Just relaxing right now. Oh yes, and here is the explanation of the victory condition for us. Rimworld War victory. So your arrival has sparked the ire of the Terraria dynasty. Did we get it right? Is it Terraria? I hope it's not a faction that's miles away from us. Searon dynasty. Oh no. Don't tell me it's these lads. Oh. Oh no. We're miles away. The nearest faction is 15 days travel away. I suppose then, oh god, it's... See, this faction was described as a savage tribe, so I thought it was them. Well, we'll just have to make loads of supplies. We could even create a secondary base. Can I still change this? Maximum number of colonies. Can we up that? Rimworld is designed to be played with 1 player colony at a time. Multiple player colonies are allowed as an experimental testing feature only. Well, I suppose then the overall campaign will be split into a couple of parts. It'll be split into setting up the first colony and then the great migration to the second one. Can I leave apparel here? Yes, I can. Because Jams and Stobbie and them should actually be taking their armor off. Dr. Franco. Let's do some tending here. Inspired what? Trading. That reminds me, we don't have any food. We've got these corpses. Who's my cook? Stobbie, who's injured. Or Franco. So after you've tended, go butcher those animals. Let's get started. Well, that reminds me, I need to make firewood so I can make... what are you doing? Firewood, excellent. Let's go temperature. Campfire here in the kitchen. Goes tending. The lads are going to start starving pretty quickly. What we could do, we could quickly do a round of berries. Harvest. Who's my harvester? Dadford. Focus on plant cutting and harvesting. Dadford. Where is he? Harvesting palm tree. Actually, don't want that to be a priority. I want him to be harvesting the food first. Harvesting bamboo tree. So he's looking at the grow zones first, so let's not allow harvest here right yet. There we go. Berry bush. Much better. Meat is ready. Fire is ready. What is my cooking skill on the cook? Stobbie has 7 cooking skill. I think that's high enough. That we can do 4 at a time for Stobbie. Ingredient radius there. Excellent. And simple meals. Expert colonist. Just 1. Franco can help out by cooking simple meals. Okay, stop. So what am I going to be busy with? I'm set to construct, but I should only be doing that after I'm cooking, actually. Loading, that type of basic stuff is fine. So I want to butcher first, cook afterwards, and if not that, then I should go to constructing. Should we get a little bit of a food stockpile going? Hang on, wood logs should not be getting stacked here. There's a dedicated wood log storage area here somewhere. Green lumber, firewood, wood logs, firewood. Excellent. Starvation. I wonder if Stobbie should probably just get on the cooking ASAP. I'm fully rested anyway by 2 AM. Well, I suppose he was in bed earlier. I think as soon as he's cooked 8 meals, he can then get on with doing other stuff. What do we have resource-wise? 48 bone, good. I need something to be able to turn into a latrine. Gold. Bone, uranium. Honestly, we have uranium. It seems a little crazy, I know, but that right there. This is granite chunks, so structure. Just to start for the most important stuff, we'll just build cobblestone. Like we are going to go, let's see, hygiene, stall door. How much? 5. Uranium. We'll break that down eventually. Rail is dropping. Yes, Asteria, what are you doing? You are defecating in the open, fair enough. We don't have a bathroom built yet. These 3 should be taking off their clothing. Ah, that's why, not yet. Hunterlax range weapons, starvation, we're okay. We've bought ourselves a day worth of time there. And then Dadford should get on the berry harvesting quite soon. Berry bushes. Harvest them. Harvesting berry bush is what Dadford is doing. Excellent. Stobbie. I actually can't afford to have these lads rest up. The bed rest is non-lethal, right? From non-immediately life-threatening. It's 8 AM. They should be up and awake and working. Pick up that wooden hammer. Yumi, there's actually a club that she can use there. Get your ass up and do some work, damn it. They have Jobs that are higher priority, that's strange. That's right. Under the apparel here, I don't want them keeping armor here. Or the heavy plate. Should all be stockpiled there. 59 lumber. I could technically start gathering clay, but that's not a priority. Smelting for steel. I think getting our wood production up ASAP is probably the most important. Short bow, crafted by Stobbie. I've got too much to do. I need to be cooking. Although Franco is helping with the cooking, so that's good. Stobbie, I need you to get up and start crafting that short bow. So that our hunter, Franco, can start bringing in meat to keep everybody fed. And that's the most immediate issue taken care of. I can get the latrine going as well. So at least we don't have to defecate out in the open. We should also look to get a well built so that we don't have to walk all the way over there to go wash. One second, lads. Apologies for the interruption, friends, but trying to play and record in the midst of work having to be done and interruptions and whatnot. I long for the day to someday be able to do this full time. Right, Hunter. Franco. Equip the bone bow and get after some tape here for us. Right, Starry and Yumi, what are you guys busy with? Construct, we should haul as well. All these granite chunks. What are these? Sandstone. Get that stuff out the base. I should probably also order plant cutting all here in the immediate area. We're going to be running around here. We could do with a nice big stockpile of wood logs as well. Who is on growing? Dadford. After, of course, he has cut down trees. Don't tell me the lads are running all the way there to go wash themselves. That's no good. Good. Wait a second, this isn't right. This should be only granite blocks. Stone chunks, not all of them. This is granite only. And this is sandstone only. Stobbie, what are you up to? Because when you're not cooking, you should be constructing. Perhaps I should just have Stobbie focus on constructing and have Franco focus on cooking, but we really can't because we need him, or her rather, to do all this hunting. We've got a decision to make right now. We can either just keep using granite cobblestone walls like this, one block to make each wall, or we can make a stone chipping spot and have someone just produce a bunch of stone blocks for us right now. And we can probably use the stone blocks just to make like this basic little starting zone here. Which eventually, once we get our clay production and our bricks going, we can then replace all that with bricks. Bricks aren't the best way to build, but it's what I want to do in this playthrough. Almost, you know, entirely just because I have never tried it. Okay, also, Dadford. We should make a bow for Dadford as well. I'm worried about the lack of miner. We need to find... God, Stobbie has to, or Dadford has to do the mining. I don't see cold crystals anywhere. So in this version, cold crystals emit light, and they also chill the area, which is pretty important for us to make a freezer. If there are no cold crystals on this map, we can't build a freezer. What we might have to do then is use the stone blocks to create a stone oven, and then all of the meat after we've butchered it, we just smoke it, because once it's smoked, it keeps very well. you guys going? Ah, deconstructing here. Excellent. Oh, look at how they're choosing to sleep there. I suppose that's fair enough. Slate wall. Let's deconstruct all the stuff. This is all so useful. Hygiene, remove plumbing. Deconstruct. I mean, there really isn't a whole lot that's marked for deconstruction, so maybe just putting almost everybody to prioritize it could be good. How many bones do we have? Every 100 bones we can build a big, where is it? Storage, a big pallet, a large pallet. Which is not only going to stop the stuff from deteriorating, but it just keeps everything neater. It's just so much easier to deal with, and we're going to do that for sure. Music, oh, there we go. Need defenses, don't worry, we'll get on it. Yumi. All the wooden dresser, please. If it starts raining, we can set these boomalopes to get hunted. As long as you hunt them while it's raining, then the fire shouldn't spread too much. Dad for this 8 in plants, that's great. That means that the heal route will start getting planted. Franco 9 in shooting, that's good. A solid professional. If I feel like I can spare the processed lumber, we could potentially make a recurve bow. Carpenter's trestle out of logs. Bam. Wood drying out of logs. So storage. We're not putting the drying racks. And is 4 drying racks going to be enough? It's awfully tight, but hey, the space is meant to be quite efficient with its space. Nice. Okay, let's install that. Let's deconstruct that. Uranium square chair. There we go, so linkable table out of bone. Linkable stool out of bone. It's good to hear everyone chopping. That's the sound of people being productive. Wooden bed we'll take. The wooden dresser, let's pop that down here. Wasn't there a second dresser, a bed? There it is. I love Rimworld. It's so peaceful in between the raids and the diseases and the mech hives and the infestations and more raids. Other than that, it's quite peaceful. $164 lumber. I think that justifies spending 40 of that on a recurve bow. Our first visitors. Look at Dadford go on the ledge. Excellent, we have 25 steel there. Does that... Okay, good. That's going to essentially pay for our carpenter's trestle. And then once we have the basic structure up, we can authorize the building of the sandstone bloomery, which we'll use to really start producing steel. Cool, so a better bow for Franco means she's going to be a better hunter. Boomlopes. Gorillas. Whoa. Yeah, they're not amazing fighters. I don't know if we want to use these as fighting or riding. 142 carry capacity. You just can't beat an elephant for carry capacity, and a tiger for its fighting ability. Okay, harvest the tortoises. Not enough guest beds, huh? That's not surprising. Which actually reminds me, I can already get some medical beds down here. See. And then we can go zone, stockpile zone, critical, clear all. Medicine is under manufactured medicine. Remember in the earlier format of the game, before you have this simple chains mod, you would just cut down trees and it just produces lumber out of the trees. Which is great, but I like this simple chains. It makes a lot more sense. I mean, you wouldn't just be able to take straight up wood from a tree. You do have to process it first, so that makes sense. The guests. Let's allow you in the home area and try to entertain and create friendships by default. Okay, I think we have a decent little start going. How long was that episode? 30 odd minutes? Decent. I think the future episodes will be a bit longer and hopefully won't be interrupted as much. Oh, hang on, we have some dead bodies we've got to take care of here. That extra bit of steel, if we have it, needs to make a burn pit. Well, how about this? Let's put a area for rotten corpses. Rotten human corpses. Critical, only rotten corpses go there. Get them out of here. Cool. When we come back, let's get these corpses out of here. I should probably strip them down first. Every little bit of cotton we can get from breaking down clothing, I think, is worth it. I'm not going to bother building graves. We're just going to cremate the bastards. And eventually, once we have tigers or some sort of meat-eating animal fighting for us, they will get fed to the beasts. Well, friends, decent little start. Thanks for watching. I'm expecting maybe, I don't think one episode a day, probably one every 2 days for the Rimworld. The XCOM is still the main playthrough, and there's going to be Battle Brothers coming soon, but I truly enjoyed doing this Rimworld, particularly offline and not on stream because it's more chilled. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks very much. Don't forget to leave a me please comment if you want to be added to become one of these people who are going to live long and safe and not at all murdered lives. See you in the next episode.